Okay. We are 67 days out from the meet. Still feeling a little bit under the weather. Definitely feeling a little bit thrashed from coaching all weekend. But it's going to be the same deal as Friday before the meet. Doesn't matter how I feel. We're going to have to fight for it. We're going to have to do good. And something that I'm a little bit excited for is there's this weird lunch lady looking dude that had a sewing kit out earlier and tends to do pretty well whenever he's around. So hopefully that's a good sign for today's bench. And today is my max effort bench day. Original plan when I laid out my wave structure was to have this week be a comp bench, but similar to what I talked about last week on the incline, if it feels like I can progress from the last time I comp benched, we're gonna keep running comp bench. If it feels like things are at all weird, going to pivot and run the shoulder saver pad, so hoping that things don't feel at all weird.
And if you're new to the channel, this is me documenting everything it has taken and everything it will take to go from ripping my pec off the bone and getting it reattached all the way to hitting my lifetime goals on the platform. So far, we came back from that pec tear in under 9 months to hit an all-time PR total, then started the process of losing over 100 pounds of body weight so that we can build back better, which is what we are working on right now. Not a whole lot of this has been fun or easy, but my hope is by sharing the journey, you will be able to learn something that will make you a better lifter, and more importantly, it will show you that no matter how tough a situation looks, as long as you don't quit on yourself, it will get better.
Things don't feel that weird yet, so we're gonna keep on comp benching. Dad's not used to vlogging. So we'll go straight to 2 reds, be a little bit more assertive with the upper back so we can continue taking adult-sized bench warm-up jumps. Kind of hoping that would feel good enough that I'd be able to go straight to 3 reds, but I think we're going to be a little bit lame and go yellow once again. And with 2 not feeling phenomenal, this will be the set where I decide if we are going shoulder saver pad or not, so we're going to try to make it feel a little bit better. Didn't feel super strong, but I think we can at least take 1 more as a real bench. And I mean, I'm not super excited with how things are feeling so far and how the bar is moving, but I also understand why I am feeling this way, so I'm not going to force it. But because of that, when this handsome gentleman is done dressing himself, I might ask him for a spot. And I mean, I did 425 of an incline last week, so I should be good. I just feel like balls, so I want to make sure. And if it feels good, I'm probably going to cocky pause, so don't panic if it hangs out down there.
Yeah.
I'd probably panic if I don't pause.
If it stops coming back up,
yeah,
or starts going back down,
yeah,
those are the only things I'm really going to watch for.
Perfect. But yeah, we're going to try to wake up a little bit for this so we can go up from here. The magic of Bryce made me not suck at benching. So yeah, we're going up. And I know I've been talking about feeling like balls, but with how good that one did feel, a little bit of an adventurous jump here. And like, I pressed this off incline last week, so no matter how bad I feel, I should be good for it on flat. And I mean, it feels like we're starting to find it, so we're gonna try to find it a little bit more for this one, because I'd be okay if this is top set today, but I really don't want this to be top set today.
Same thing, we'll pause on.
Yeah.
Stay big. Yep. Nice, dude.
Forgot my mouth guard and belt, so I'm pretty happy with how that one felt. And we're feeling pretty okay off of that, so I think we're going to take another little silly jump. The plates I was planning on using got stolen by Bryce, so we'll let him take his squat first. I might put that in the vlog. Maybe I should wait till he's closer to his top set so people don't yell at him for squatting high in a squat suit, but yeah, I'm okay with this. I am going to vlog it because equip lifting is silly. Good. Yep, settle. Squat. 3, 2, sec. Surprised me with the dip.
Hey?
Surprised me with the dip.
Yeah.
You're probably close with that.
Yeah.
And now that Bryce smacked that, gonna steal the blues back if I can get it on the bar. This will be the most I've pressed since the pec tear. So, well, I mean, I haven't done it yet. But yeah, this will be the most I've pressed since the pec surgery. Am a little bit nervous, but we are gonna use it, wake up, and have some fun. Also, not gonna forget the belt and mouth guard.
Old enough to sell you niggas, young enough to fuck your ex, old enough to be your landlord and sell. Sat up on the stand,
Stay tight.
to the
Good.
old
Come
enough
on.
to be your dad, young enough to fuck your mom. All the shit that
That's it. You got this shit.
I
Let's go.
cannot believe they call me. Old enough to be your daddy, young enough to fuck your mom. Young enough to fuck your
Yeah, I'm
son,
okay with that.
young enough to fuck your...
Yep. Let's go, Bryce. Settle. Squat. Hold in. 3. Yep. Hell yeah. My foot's stuck out of the combo. Dude. She schmooved. I hope the mic picked up all the moaning. Nice work. And because Bryce did that, we might get a little bit irresponsible. So yeah, 495. Have not pressed this since the day I tore my pec off, so I will be very excited when we do smack this. Also, inter-workout Rice Krispie because feeling a little bit flat, and I'm hoping this helps me wake up for the top set.
Policies, wallaby, solar pop pop. Hell yeah, ain't got play out. Fresh shit. Never ever play out.
Got the drink drop, I'ma stay tuned up and now gotta let you know LA's in the room. Run with the LBC.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
No set track, but the niggas fit with a speed. Keep the trucks in the asphalt like grease. Truck walk down, put the hog in the streets.
Through. Nice.
Yeah,
I'm here riding with my pants
a little slower than I wanted, but
Yeah.
we're back.
Good wrap though.
I swear the tears in my eyes are from the brand new Norse Torque, not me crying because of being emotional over pressing 495 again, but I'm a little bit emotional for pressing 495 again, so yeah, we're back. Feels good. Settle in. Squat. Good. 3, 2. 3. Yep. 3. Yep. Dip didn't get you quite as far that time, but it's close enough for a down set. And now that Bryce's squat's done, watch the tape back, and like as happy as I am to have pressed that, I'm not thrilled how it moved, and I'm not satisfied. Like I'm stoked, I'm happy, the work has worked. The entire process that we went through since the pec tear is paying off. It's just that like I know there's so much more and I'm not satisfied, but the best solution to that problem is to get more stronger. So we're gonna crank out some JMs. Because that was 100% triceps leg, making that slower than it should have been. And like, it makes sense based on me pissing off my elbow a month and a bit ago, and we haven't really been able to push triceps hard. But now that the elbow is feeling better, we gotta keep pushing triceps hard so I can press what I want to press on meet day. So we'll go yellow. And going wrist reps on for this, just because I don't want my little flail wrist to be the limiting factor on my JM. Like, I'm not just being a pansy, have a bunch of torn ligaments in the left wrist, and the right wrist has a dead scaphoid floating around in there, so wraps I'm okay with putting on. And we're going 2 reds. which is still a little bit of a sad JM press for me, but we gotta build our way back up. What do you got today? Pardon?
Squats today.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? I can put you in the mono.
I was over there.
Well, just...
Back corner.
Oh,
man.
well, don't do that. With that said, if this does not explode my elbow, we will be going up. We are going up. And this will be the most I've JM'd in a very long while, so let's try to make it not terrible and definitely try to not drop the bar on my face. Feels heavy. I was really hoping that would feel good enough that we could go above 300, but I think I am going to save that for another week. And now that that is over with, time to head to the front side of the gym to jam on the rest of accessories. Bryce is smarter than me, so he's avoiding the jungle and going back to his own cave.
The jungle?
Yeah, it's wild out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that.
Like, it's nice back here because we have our own space and we can do our own thing, but like, fighting for machines out there, not the
There's
funnest.
a lot of really cool, fun stuff out there to use.
Like, it's worth fighting for, but
Yeah.
I don't have a gym in my basement anymore, so I gotta suck it up and fight for a pec deck. Anyways, pecs have been feeling very good since jamming on this stupidly heavy pec deck, so we're gonna continue jamming on the stupidly heavy pec deck. See if we can progress her a little bit this week. So started aggressive at the 50 keys, which feels not that terrible. Probably a good sign. Yeah, we'll go up. And ran 72.5 last week, so they're gonna go straight to it. And we'll try to be a little bit assertive here so I have confidence to go up again. Yeah, I think that's okay for the first work set. So we'll go 87.5 for the second. Also gonna slide this guy back just so we're not in such an extreme position getting started. Try to mentally prepare for the big crank here. Oh, this is gonna be heavy. Yeah, this is heavy. But as heavy as it did feel, pecs did not feel that vulnerable, so pretty okay with that and excited to continue cranking. And I think that that guy gets a lot of credit for how good bench is feeling, but running this guy for the more declining flies that we run on Thursdays gets a lot of credit for making the pecs feel good enough to crank on that. So I don't know. Angles, good. Touching vulnerable parts, good. Make pecs strong. Pecs do better. And strong shoulders are also going to be good for bench. So cranking on the side delts now, and I'm expecting Travis to make fun of me for how little weight I'm using on this, but it's okay because he's got strong shoulders.
I have exactly 35 more pounds per side, just for the record.
I think the vlog's going to make me go up. We'll go up. Honestly, since the first day we did these together, it like opened my mind to how much harder I can push on these, so I'm very grateful for that.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, just get strong on accessories.
And main lifts go up. I pressed 495 today.
How much?
495.
On what?
Bench.
You bench 5 plates?
Well, 4 reds and a 5.
545s?
But the only reason that happened is because I'm pushing the accessories, so push your accessories, kids. Okay, slap 35 on top to match what Travis did. Watch me not even be able to get it off the bottom. I'm glad he wasn't watching. More appropriate loading here, and the solution for being weak is to let yourself build up and push with weights that you actually do. So we're going to push with a weight that I can hopefully actually do. considering this more successful.
I had to do like you make them kind of yeah. I said so if they get the idea
Yeah, we have work to do. And the keen vlog watchers will have observed that I did not run PGR pullovers today after jam presses. And the biggest reason for that is not that I don't want to do them, but it is because the dumbbell area is right freaking full right now. So I figure this guy should be an appropriate alternative. That is maybe a little bit spicier than I'd love on the elbow, but we'll work through the reps and do our best to challenge that sucker so it does continue to build tolerance so we can bench more than 495. I'm actually so stoked with that press now that I'm thinking about it more and considering that I haven't really been able to train triceps all that hard. So if we can keep building it up and keep training triceps harder, bench should get more better, which is what we really need. I got hard enough to work, so we'll run another set there. Really hoping that autofocus picked up on near Seth and not Seth's shoulder in the foreground. Trying this from the side. Hopefully I don't look too fat. Set 2 feels a little bit elbow smoother than set 1, so we'll see if we can get the elbows a little bit more tucked, get a little bit deeper, and make the tricep work. Pump is immense from that big old stretch. Holy, am okay with this substitution. And the ridiculously heavy pec deck is currently being used. So this guy will be our substitution for today. Haven't run a plate on it yet, so hopefully this doesn't suck. It sucks, but in the best way possible. I'm okay with that. I am so glad I figured out how to make this thing work. We'll run another. Maybe should have took a little bit longer rest because that one did burn out, but whatever, we'll get right into lefty. Satisfied customer. And now to head back to the zoo to see what we can figure out for today's lat slot. Thankfully, my favorite pull-down machine of all time is open, and I'm going to do something a little bit different on her today. Because, as you guys know, it feels like I have been missing a little bit of that shoulder external rotation as well as supination. So we're going to see if this guy works. Okay, supinated. The handles are actually positioned so when I do go underhand, I'm like overly supinated compared to a straight bar, so I might die, but it might be good for me. Okay, that feels phenomenal. This was a good call. Glad we did not go 2 plates though, because it is very challenging. And the hope is, with jamming on this and continuing to work on prep work at home, set my mixed grip, it should feel a lot better on Wednesday's deadlifts. We will do another one here. so hard to get my hands around, but that is probably a reflection of why I should be doing this more often. Trying to do my best to relax in that stretch to the top. Honestly, feels a little bit smoother than set one, but I am still so limited by position. We'll get better though. At least this is workable compared to the last time that we tried to run supinated on the real pull-down machine, where I felt like I couldn't work due to the position. Like, even if it's light, we are getting decent level of contraction, decent level of tension, so we will keep on chugging on it. And for similar reasons, on today's edition of our Stretchy Stretch incline curls, running a little bit higher incline and going a little bit lighter than usual. So I'd really try to emphasize opening up into a bit of extra rotation, a bit of extra supination, just so we're touching a bit more of that length where it's missing. And this feels absolutely atrocious on that right bicep, so I am glad we made this call. Because it's like, if a position sucks, train it so it starts to suck less. And that is what we're working on here. Hopefully you can tell by my facial expressions how gnarly of a stretch this is. Gonna do another. Probably not gonna film it because it is boring. But what I will say is every time that I do post these, one of the common complaints I get is that people are like, oh, that's going to hurt your bicep, it's going to hurt your shoulder being in that position. But that is the entire reason that I do them, because if we can build that vulnerable position up, it will get more durable. And the first time that I ever ran these, I was a dumbass that loaded them up way too heavy, pissed everything off, and I was like, this move is bullshit. But luckily, I got smarter and realized that if you start loading a vulnerable position light and then build it up over time, it's not going to piss things off. So if you are running these the first time, make sure you're going light enough that it doesn't totally suck. And I wandered out front to grab my spike strap for today's torso work slot and realized that it was being used by a guy that had a lot of sets left. And I figured the smart call will be to pull the brace and go home to do my hip flexors, because I still got the lat pull down tower in the basement that I can run for those. But that whole starting light, starting small with vulnerable positions is the entire rehab strategy that I use for the pec. I just started, pressing a literal empty pop can, graduated to a full pop can, and just compounded building up until we can press 495. And it did take a little bit over 2 years to get there, but looking back at everything that I went through to get here, I could not be more stoked that we are here. But at the same time, like I was saying, I am definitely not satisfied. I'm not celebrating too hard, because I know that if I want to do what I want to do, there is going to be so much more work to be done in order to put it all together in a platform. And what I am excited about, what I actually am celebrating, is the fact that we are at a spot where we can freaking work and we can chug without things getting sideways. And that is a cool spot to be. And I'm just looking forward to the rest of the prep, because I know it is going to be hard. I know it isn't always going to be fun, but if we can dig into it, if we can put in the effort, if we can continue building up the little stuff, we're going to be able to have fun on meet day. And that is what I truly am looking forward to. And that's how I treat coaching, because if we can build the small stuff up in the bottom, make sure that we have a technical foundation, make sure the accessories are building into our weak points, barbell work is going to go up. And that's digging into that process is what does make it fun and what does let us have that big reward at the end. So yeah, I think that's what I got for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Have a good night, and I will see you in the team.